Welcome to Answers from Within. From the author of the All-Knowing Diary, Mind Lies into Truths that will set you free.
Hey everyone, welcome to Answers from Within. I'm Daniel. And before we start taking any more questions, and there is a stack to come, I wanted to do something a little bit different. Now this is one of those believe it or not moments. And let me explain. Just over a year ago, my mother passed away. And just before the funeral, I felt her presence come in and she had something to say. So I wanted to share that with everyone because it's actually a very important message for all of us that are living. So what she did was essentially dictate a speech for her at her own funeral that she wanted my father to read out on her behalf. So I'm going to share that with you right now. Hello everyone and welcome. It's not every day you get to speak at your own funeral, so this will be fun. And let me begin by saying that you are all here for the wrong reasons. For what a funeral has come to mean is the end of a life. But life cannot end. Life is eternal and lives on in many ways, across many bodies, across many galaxies, as the universe itself. Life just is. So this is not the end of a life, but the rebirth of something ancient. It's called an idea. So what you've come to bury is not me, but an old idea about me. What I was in human form is merely an idea of myself. Something that is far from truth. Unfortunately, in my body and stuck in my very earthly mind, I was unable to realize the truth. So I was stuck in pain, as many of you are. You make excuses for yourself, like, I'm just a human being, or life is a struggle. That's just how it is. But it's not. These are excuses and are no different to the idea I had about myself and my entire life. But for me, the idea of myself rotted me to the core. As no doubt you are coming to realize is that some ideas about ourselves nurture and have life flourish, while other ideas, like the ones I had, destroy us from the inside out. I know it seems graphic, but it's an important conversation that we are having and one that needs to land in the correct way. We all have a life, not to squander, but to live. Many of you are convinced you are living, but in truth you are running away from the idea you have about yourself, trying to make the most of your life, as you would call it. But making the most of your life does not come from rational thought and strategizing. It comes from learning and understanding the truth about who and what you really are. For one, you are not a person as you have come to think of yourself. This is the first incorrect idea about yourself that has led to a barrel full of many more non-truthful ideas. You are not here to succeed. You are not here to please others or any other of the many crazy ideas you are all carrying inside your minds. But rather, you are all here to be and experience love. To be and experience love. It is your only salvation on earth, your one ticket to happiness and fulfillment. And this brings me to another truth. None of you got to really know me. And this is sad. The reason none of you got to know me was because both you and I were blinded by something invisible to the human eye. It's what we've come to call human life. But it doesn't exist out there in the world as the busyness that surrounds us. It exists between each other. It's the fallacy that who you are and who I am is different. But we are not different. We are all life, all the same. Not the same people, we are all of life. We recognize differences in each other and believe we are somehow separate, different, and this gets in the way of truly getting to know one another. Here is what you would have gotten to know if we saw each other as one and the same. You would have gotten to see me as a being made of pure light that transcends all human inequality, all religious notions, irrespective of the past we have all experienced. You would have gotten to see this unending compassion and deep well of love, unimaginable and unfound in current society. You would have gotten to see yourself in me, as one being expressing herself all over the earth. But instead, you felt judgment towards me because you feel judgment towards yourself. You couldn't see the love in me because you placed too many conditions on loving yourself. Too much to do, to achieve, to arrive at. Too much past to forgive, to ever allow in true self-love. But here is the catch, as I now know. I wasted my life believing I wasn't lovable or deserving of love. And so I resented those around me for being loving with me and around me. Who was I to deserve such love? I died not because I was undeserving of love, but because I believed others saw me as undeserving of love. This was my mistake, to believe in the minds of others. Now I know the truth. What on earth does deserving have to do with anything? I was born into a body as love itself. That's my true nature and has always been, albeit hidden under the views of others. Now I realize all I had to be was love. No need to be successful, to be accomplished, nor to be recognized by others. For these are all ways to deny oneself the love that exists within. I realize now a life well lived comes from a love well experienced. Let this funeral, let all funerals be an awakening to the truth unrealized by that person and celebrate the truths realized in their lifetime. Let's share my truth with others. Far from their dying days, let's turn around the perceptions on earth to be about self-love and how to allow it in before you die. Make your life about rediscovering the love within, from within, not from everything you do or say or create on the outside. Make your life about loving yourself through and through. It is the lost art of true success and miracles on earth. I thank you for coming. So join me for the next episode, coming soon.